Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you could be here with us today. Alongside, I've got Jan with me today. Hey,
Hey,
Jan.
Steve, hey, everybody.
So, just to let everybody know that, as you can see from the banner down below, this particular video right here marks my 500th video on YouTube. And what I'm trying to do on YouTube now is I'm trying to focus on two things. Primarily, I'm trying to focus on hitting my threshold. And at the moment, I'm at the halfway mark. So I am looking to, you know, see what I can do there between now and the end of the month so I can at least, you know, meet that requirement. And my other thing that I'm trying to do on here as well is I'm also trying to build up my sub count. I am right around the two-thirds mark, give or take, of reaching the 1,000 mark. So that's really what I have left on my plate. I've already accomplished everything else. That's
Steve, congratulations on your 500th video.
Yep.
That is no minor task. You know, we get so bombarded with these big numbers we hear all the time, trillions, millions, billions, but when you hear 500, like, put to a video content creator, 500 videos is quite the accomplishment. Bravo.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Keep them coming on, Steve. Yes.
Oh, I will. Yeah, I have. I just have too much enjoyment here. Putting out these videos. I myself or us. So no, I'm not just gonna. Oh well, I hit 500. Well, I'm done here. Bye. I'm not gonna. Oh no, I'm
No.
not gonna do that. I don't work like that. No. But I am glad that you know now I'm down to my last or one of my last things now is to reach the 1,000 mark.
And can I jump in and say something, Steve, if you don't mind? Steve
Mhm.
didn't reach his threshold last month, even though I try to encourage folks. I do understand things today, but I really hope he hits his threshold this month so you can see something in August. You're at about what, $49 level. You just need 51 to hit your $100 threshold. And it wasn't if it wasn't for a very generous person last a few weeks back, we wouldn't even have hit that much because
No.
times are tough. But I just want to let you know, other than, besides that, which I strongly, am so for you for that, 500 videos is nothing to sneeze about. How do you come up? You have a random channel. So I have a question for you, if you don't mind.
Mhm.
What inspires you to come up with specific video idea or, some sort of creation of some sort?
Um, well, for one, I I've always been a person that likes variety.
Yeah.
You know, for example, I'll just use this for an example. If I go to the store and I buy a certain type of coffee, a certain brand, when I run out of that coffee, the coffee can be great. It can be one of the best I ever tasted. The next go around, I'm wanting to try something different
Right.
because I don't like to just sit on, oh, I'm just going to drink Folgers Black Silk Coffee or Folgers
Right.
Classic and that be it. No, I may want to try Community Coffee Breakfast Blend. I might want to try Tim Hortons Colombian. I want to bounce around. I want to try, different assortment. And I do the same method when it comes to my videos because I don't always. One reason is I don't mind talking about a subject, you know, two, maybe three times here and there.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to exhaust a subject too, because if you speak, I know people have told me, well, you can't exhaust a subject on YouTube because you've always got new people coming in, or it's a different audience when it re-airs. But I have a mindset thinking, you know, you know, I don't want to exhaust anything too at the same time. So
Yeah.
that's why I try to I
And they're so
try to,
relevant because, for example, I've seen you do shows, for example, like out of nowhere on a Sunday, unexpectedly it'll come up and you might
yeah,
be discussing something pertinent to debt consolidate. I'm just using that as examples.
yeah.
Or then
Mhm.
the next day, next week, it might be about a recipe. You never know. That's the fun part of this channel. I have like specific goals of my channel. I did change my title around to the Save Money and More with Jan channel on purpose.
Yep.
Because yes, of course, my main focus is training wheels to help people want to save or encourage people to continue to save. But notice, Steve, I included the two words and more. I just don't only want to be boxed into the savings, frugal thing. Once in a while, I have a different message, which is completely like not expect. That's why I really love your channel because I have no clue what your next show is going to be about. It's like kind of like a fun thing. Just don't know.
Yeah. In fact, and you bringing up um, a recipe, I could actually, that is a little bit high on my list of a video that I was wanting to do in the near future because it has been a little while since I have done a recipe. And for those that don't know, if you're not, if you're a fairly newbie on the channel, um, I don't do it anymore. There's about 75 videos that I had done. There was a segment I did called Recipe Tuesday. And if you go back, they're all budget friendly, low cost, maybe 5 ingredient or below to put a meal together. Very easy. So if you want, and some of them are even desserts. So if you want to go back and take a look at those and check them out and see some that you might like. I have had some subscribers actually make the recipe and come back and tell me how good it was. Some of the recipes I've actually done, some I have not. So even a couple of the ones I never did, I've had people come back. For example, I've got a video on my lineup for orange dreamsicle salad. I know what it is. I know how to make it. Have I ever had it? One time. Have I ever made it? No, I have not. But I've had, I think, 3 or 4 subscribers come back and said that they made it. They liked it. It was cool. It was refreshing. It was this perfect summer dessert, not too sweet. So that made me feel good. You know,
Isn't that wonderful, Steve? Like over time, like you've received those kind of comments, and I've read them on your channel. Like, oh wow, this person was so kind, coming back, to explain that you've tried a recipe or some tip or trick. I'm still so happy over the comments recently about a person that notified you as a result of something on your channel
mhm.
that they close up their cable bill and they switch to a streaming service and they're saving a tremendous amount
Yes,
of money. These videos are powerful. They're like powerful messages. That's why like 500 powerful message videos to me is a huge accomplishment. It really is.
yes. That particular comment I received, they are putting back in their pocket each month $143 a month.
That's nothing to sneeze at. That is literally like a grocery bill. I mean, that is like a good, decent haul. If you're careful enough to shop carefully, 140 something bucks is a lot of money back in your pocket. So,
Mhm.
your videos, our videos, hopefully they're not in vain. And there's one thing that Steve and I stand by. We'll always say it. If we really reached out to one person per video, and they got the it factor and it helped them in any way, guess what? We both did our job.
I agree.
Yeah, so you did 500 videos. Imagine the impact on hopefully 500 people or more.
Yeah, yeah, because if you think about it too, 500 videos as of this one right here, say compared to the amount of subscribers I have, and I'll gladly give the number. I'm at 656 at the moment. So that's almost me reaching one person per video. Almost, not quite. So yeah, I mean,
Wow.
did I think almost 4 years ago, which I have an anniversary coming up in October,
Yeah.
that I would be at 500 videos almost 4 years later? No, I did not. Did I think I would have the subscriber count that I have now? No, I did not. Because one of the things that everybody goes through when they first start anything in the very beginning, the early stages, you don't know how you're going to do. You don't know how you're going to perform. You don't know how well you're going to be accepted. You know, you have a lot of ifs, buts, I don't know if you get the butterfly feeling in your stomach. You just don't know.
And
You're
the
not.
competition is fierce. Now, I'll give you an example in my arena. The budget, lifestyle, frugality. I'm not the only frugal
No.
person on the boat here. The competition is fierce. Who uses direct, imagery? I'm more of a talking head because that's what I do best. That's the way I taught, did radio. This is what I do. That's what I do best. However, I mean, the competition is absolutely fierce, but we still do it anyway. You know what, Steve? What else I admire in your case? We knew people, for example, that had great content and they were very talented, but they gave up like at the 50 subscriber level. They gave up. They threw it away. They could have gone so much more further. You pursued.
Oh, but don't get me wrong. If I can say, I've had my share of times that literally just wanted to say, "Bye, YouTube. I'm through with this.
Me
I'm
too.
not going any further." In fact, it was 4 times that happened to me. Four. And one of those times I think was within the last year. So
Yeah.
I think it's something that everybody goes through because it is a little bit of a, I guess, meeting your mark on YouTube is a challenge. The hardest thing to meet on YouTube when you first start, it may not sound like a lot, but it really is. Hitting the first 100, that's not the easiest.
You nailed it, Steve. That first 100, absolutely. We're talking about subs, not videos.
Yes,
That
right.
first 100 subs, ay, 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 ay. And it just breaks my heart when I know a couple of people are so talented, have such great messaging, and they just gave up on themselves. Yes, it does take a lot of, I don't know what the word is. I myself is like, I don't want to do this anymore until Money Mom, Dawn, she's like, oh, no, 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 no. She took a liking to me. She was like, no, you got to keep going. I was like, no. I said, I don't have to do this. I just don't. She says, yeah, but
Right,
you should do this because you have good messages. And I know you can do it. So
right.
we encourage each other. And Steve has encouraged me many times. I hopefully have encouraged
You
him,
have.
a few times.
Mhm.
And you know who encourages us the most, Steve? I'm sure you're going to agree. The folks watching, you guys.
Yeah,
That's why when you comment, you guys comment and say thank you. We appreciate you. We got something from it. Please, by all means, let us know that. So it's not like we took spaghetti and threw it up against the wall and pray it sticks.
yeah, right. Um, no, it is the subscribers because if it was not them, why am I here?
All right.
Why am I if it wasn't for them, the ones that we do have that are regulars that come back that like our stuff, or even any newbies that come along. That's why we're here for you guys. If all of a sudden everybody just dropped off, then I would just be spinning wheels in one spot, just running my mouth.
Now,
You know? So, but no, hitting the first 100 is a milestone.
that's a huge
Then,
milestone. It really is.
then if you think about it, going from 100 to say 250, that's another one.
Absolutely.
And then going from that to 500. Then
Yes.
Like I said, I do have an old saying, and it works very well if you think about it and you think it through. Slow and steady will win the race.
Yes.
You just gotta give it its course. But it will as long as you stay with it.
Steve, I had a hangnail moment. What do I mean by a hangnail moment? I was waiting to hit my 1,000 subscriber mark. I think it was like in October of 2020, if I'm not mistaken. And I was at, of all things, I went to bed. It was at 999 subs. I woke up. It was 999 subs. Then about 11:30 a.m. that day Eastern, I get a call from Dawn Money Mom. You hit the 1,000 subs. I took a picture of the 999 just to keep her.
Yeah.
Well, you had a few hangnail moments. Remember that time you were fundraising for your threshold? What was that number? That crazy number that you saw?
Oh, oh, by all means, please let me reiterate on this. Oh, that right there is oh, so I got, I was trying to hit my threshold. Oh, I got close to it. I, now you need 100 to hit the threshold. It went all the way up to $99.89. I saw that. I said, Google, YouTube. I said, "Why do you do me like this? 11 cents?" Yeah, and
Not
if I
fair.
and if I remember right, and I know that I am, I had gone back and I actually recorded a video about that, about the 11
Ah,
cents.
that's a hangnail moment, if ever.
Big
In
time.
my opinion, and I know nothing about how the makings of all this is, but in my opinion, as a courtesy, if the number is over $99.50, like mathematically, they should technically round it to 100.
I
But
agree.
do they do that? No,
No.
they don't do that. They'll let the content creator wait an extra month. You heard me, month. Because if you don't hit that exactly 100, too bad, so sad. Even if you're at $99.99, guess what? If you don't hit that penny, bye bye. You're going to have to wait an entire month for the payout. I think that's disgusting.
It is disgusting,
Wrong
and then you and you know what? That's gonna bother you that whole month.
for a penny.
Yeah. Or even what happened to me, the 99.89.
Yeah, for what, 11 cents?
11 cents, and you oh, it's gonna bother you. If it doesn't bother you, I wouldn't think the person's a human being, honestly.
Oh, that would bother me. I mean, I'm not a
Yeah.
liar. That would terribly bother me. Like 11 cents, I have to wait an extra month for it.
Yeah. So, I mean, basically what it boils down to, everybody, is that I'm at the halfway mark, lacking 30 cents of hitting my threshold.
So then,
And
technically, if let's say you had, let me get it right so I don't say it wrong mathematically.
okay.
Am I correct? If a person, let's say you had five people send you a $15 super chat, then that would be it. That you're over your threshold, you're totally fine, you'd be cool.
That would yeah, that should
Does that sound about right?
let
Because
me
they,
see.
they take out
15,
30% YouTube from,
50,
yeah.
11.
And may I also inject something? Please do
Yeah,
it from an Android phone.
yeah,
Because there
Android.
is such a thing as an iPhone tax that they take out extra that the
Yeah,
content creator does not see.
yes, they do
I don't mean
take.
to sound cheesy. I'm just saying the
No,
truth.
you're not. They do take an. There is an iPhone or Apple tax that they'll grab
Yeah,
and take
Apple tax.
off.
Excuse me. Yes.
Well, same thing,
Yeah.
basically. Um, because one time I was sent a super thanks, and I did not get the full amount because come to find out that it
Yeah.
was done on an iPhone, and
Yeah.
not only does YouTube grab their part,
Right.
the iPhone or a Apple will get their percent from that too.
And honestly, I don't know where or why they pickpocket the money, but I don't know. I don't understand how it works. I'm sure there's a reason. I just don't know the reason. I'm like,
Right.
what? Why is it like, well, okay, I get the 30% from the Google thing, but I don't get the other thing. But unfortunately, that's our reality. And I'm mentioning this for anyone that wants to, tip a content creator. Do not on Android, do not with the Apple, because they lose more money. And you think it's not fair to you, to the person giving it. You thinking they're getting this, and the content creator is not. So yeah, I had to put it out there. Yeah.
No, I'm glad that you
I
did.
hope you don't mind. Oh, good.
No, I don't mind, because again, it makes me think back to that one super thanks,
Yeah.
and I
It's
only
heart
saw,
wrenching because that person or persons was obviously generous. Yeah.
right, and I only got about, I don't even think I got half that
Oh,
contribution.
wow. Wow. Wow.
Maybe 45% at most.
I
Yeah,
mean, I get it on the Google thing. We're working with Google. I get it. I'm sorry. I don't get the other thing. Forgive
I
me for
don't
not
either.
understanding it. I'm sure there's a reason, and I'll get educated and look it up one day. But the reality is that they also have their hand in the till. So
Yeah,
whatever the reason they justify it, there's that extra taken out. So I hate like just always like us bringing these things up, but it's better to inform the folks because we're honest content creators. We just like say the truth. So
hmm,
people do whatever they want with it, but we just mention the truth. So
yeah. All right. Well,
warm my heart, folks. Give him. Let there be 5 people out there with a $15 super thanks. Make my day. I'll go one better. Don't give me a super thanks this month. Put it to Steve. He waited an extra month and he can use it.
oh,
Thank
you're
you,
too
guys.
kind. Okay. All right. No, I believe me. Anybody that does that for me, I am appreciative of it, because it's also showing me that the quality and the content that I put out, that I'm worthy to be here. It's showing me some recognition is what it's doing. And
Yeah, you're working. I mean, can you imagine let's put it this way. Can you imagine going to a job for 3 to 4 years and not one time getting a paycheck? Not one time. I can't even imagine that. Can you imagine that? No.
no,
So like look at it like that. But here's the real key. Tell me if I'm right, Steve, on this one. Let's do everything we can to help Steve. Yes, he hit the 500 video milestone. Yes, he hit all the other things. He's partially monetized. Let him get to 1,000 subs. We will have this kind of conversation probably a lot less often.
yeah, yeah,
If
because
you have
everybody
a
is,
friend that has a phone and they like his channel, subscribe. It's just that simple.
mhm.
Check to make sure that you're still subscribed. A lot of people think they are, but they're
No,
not.
they're not. Right, that's
Because the
happening.
algorithm, for whatever the reason, I don't know the reason, takes it off. I have no clue.
Mhm. All right. Well, this was nice. This was fun. I'm glad that I was able, to help, people to go back and check out some of my, speaking of recipes, and I want to do one here in the not so distant future. Um, but I do have, like I said, I've got 75 in my lineup that are pretty good, that you could go back and look at, that are, like I said, some I've done, some I have not.
You have a lot of variety of topic, which is great. Steve, I just want to advertise for myself for a second. Today, I'm not sure what time it's going to go up because I know you'll be airing this probably the same day that I'm airing the thing that I'm talking about. We could turn all-purpose flour very easily into self-rising flour, and I talk about it there. So if you want to save some money and effort, check it out.
That's actually not a hard thing to do.
Are you giving away my show? Wait
No, no, no. Actually, I'm not saying anymore, because I do know how to convert it.
a minute. Let me hear your. I want to hear this. What's your version?
Okay, mark me if I'm wrong.
This is so adorable. I love it. Go ahead.
Mark me if I'm wrong. The only difference between all-purpose flour and self-rising, if I remember correctly, is one ingredient:
Technically,
baking
two.
powder.
That's correct, Steve. Technically, that he is correct. And another additional ingredient.
Well, no, you wouldn't want to put yeast in it, I don't believe.
Oh no, no, this one's very, very simple. This is part of the show, not the whole show, so don't miss the show because
Yeah.
it helps you. I also include how to make a pizza crust using this. Half a teaspoon of salt, Steve. You did great.
Oh, salt. Okay. Well,
How do you like Steve? He knew about the self-rising. How do you like that?
you want to know why? I'll tell you why I was not so apt to respond with salt, and I actually have a reason for that. I don't. It's been many years since I've done it. I don't sprinkle salt
Yeah,
on my food. I
right.
haven't done it in years. I just whatever salt is in the food itself. That's
Yeah,
all.
it just helps activate a little more, like gives it a boost to the rising agent. This is why I love ingredients that we could build ourselves with stuff we already have, so we don't have to go to the store and buy a box of something else that we could make.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, thanks for having me on here, and congratulations
You're
on your
welcome.
milestone.
Oh, and thank you. Yeah, this is one of those moments, that,
That's a lot. 500
and
is a
then
lot.
when I hit 1,000 or 750, I'll come back.
I cannot wait for the day of your 1,000 subs. Let's fix this
Yeah,
ish. This ish has to be fixed.
yeah,
How
yeah.
can we do it? I'll tell the folks how they can do it. Share Steve's
Please,
channel.
channel. Yes,
Very
please.
important. Get the word out there. Not just only myself sharing it. I try. But if you have a bigger channel than me, you're watching this, share it. I appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, please. I mean, I'd
Anyway, good
love it.
luck to you on your endeavors, Steve.
Oh, thank you. Well, as always, be on the lookout, both Jan and myself, on her channel, and then me alone sometimes.
Yeah, 6 years doing this, Steve. Can I believe it?
Yeah.
No.
And then, with us, about once a week. So always be on the lookout. But as always, thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. And I or we will see you back here next time.
Take
Bye.
care, everybody.
Here.